The next morning, Taehyung searched again the plaza, the streets, even Jungkook's cabin. But he was nowhere. And then he saw him entering a house. Curious, Taehyung followed. Quiet steps, careful breaths, tiptoeing inside. He peeked through the window and froze. Jungkook was talking to an old man, a foreign merchant, someone important. And then he heard it. "I wish to marry your daughter." Taehyung's heart stopped. Marriage? Captain Jeon had a love story? In the future? No one ever told him that. The old man smiled. "You are a good man, a respected captain, but I must ask my daughter first." And somehow that hurt more. Because for 1 second, Taehyung imagined, what if it was him? What if Jungkook asked for him instead? His chest felt heavy. And before he knew it, Jungkook stepped outside. So Taehyung followed, step after step, and his heart was somewhere else. Because for the first time, he felt jealous. Jungkook kept walking until he entered the military camp. Taehyung stopped, hesitating. Should he go in or turn back? But then he remembered he was the general's son. So he walked in, soldiers everywhere, training, marching, working. It was chaos, and yet his eyes searched for one person, Jungkook. And then he saw him entering an office. So Taehyung followed. He stepped inside quietly, but Jungkook was gone. Books, maps, papers everywhere. And then, "Taehyung," a voice from behind. He turned, and before he could react, Jungkook pinned him against the table. Close, too close. "Why are you following me?" Taehyung froze, his heart racing. But he lied, avoided the question. Jungkook narrowed his eyes. "Then why are you not attending training?" "Training?" Taehyung blinked and somehow escaped the moment. He turned to leave, but suddenly a hand grabbed his wrist. Taehyung's breath stopped. For a second he thought it meant something else. But no, Jungkook smirked. "Let's go tell your father you are skipping training." Taehyung's face dropped. And just like that, the romance in his head was over. That night, Taehyung couldn't sleep. 12 a.m. Instead of sleeping, he was writing Captain Jeon. Cold, strict, annoying, but somehow so attractive. How can anyone stay straight after meeting him? The next morning, 3 a.m. Taehyung, wake up. His mother shook him. Military training. Taehyung ignored her until Captain Jeon is waiting outside. That woke him up instantly. He rushed to the window and there he was, Captain Jeon on a horse waiting. His mother had already packed everything. After a quick hug, Taehyung ran outside. "Do you know how long I waited?" Jungkook scolded. "Get on." Taehyung froze. "A horse? No way. I'm scared of heights." He tried climbing and slipped. Again and again. Jungkook sighed, lost patience. He grabbed Taehyung, held him up, but Taehyung still slipped. So Jungkook got on too, and the horse took off. Fast, very fast. Taehyung screamed, held on tight for dear life. When they reached, Taehyung fell down. I am alive! I am alive! Jungkook chuckled and walked away. The training ground was huge. Soldiers everywhere lined up, including Taehyung. Then teams were formed, and suddenly, hey! A bright smile appeared beside him. J-Hope, wanna join us? Taehyung nodded. His team, Namjoon, Jin, J-Hope, Bogum, and him. Then training began. Running and more running. Taehyung was dying. He had never done this before. Meanwhile, Jungkook was leading them like it was nothing. Faster! Taehyung groaned and kept running until finally break time. Taehyung collapsed on the ground, the sun burning his face. He couldn't move. Then someone sat beside him, Bogum. He smiled and helped him up. It was food time, so they walked together. And from afar, Jungkook watched. Taehyung was resting when someone called him. Taehyung, Namjoon standing there. Captain Jeon is asking for you. Taehyung smiled and walked over. There he was, Jungkook on his horse. Taehyung grinned. Did it miss me? Jungkook scoffed. No, I'm teaching you how to ride. Taehyung's smile faded a little. Few minutes later, he was on the horse, eyes shut, holding tight, terrified. Jungkook sighed. Open your eyes. Slowly, Taehyung did. And little by little, he got comfortable. Soon, he was riding outside the camp through the town until chaos. A pebble hit the horse. It panicked and ran. Fast, too fast. Taehyung screamed. Jungkook followed on another horse, straight into the forest, and then Taehyung slipped. He fell, but someone caught him, Bogum, in his arms. Jungkook stopped, watching. Bogum looked at him. "I'll take him back, sir." Jungkook nodded silently. As Bogum rode away with Taehyung, Jungkook stayed still, full of regret. Maybe he pushed too hard. That night, 11 p.m., the sky was dark. Taehyung couldn't sleep, so he walked outside and sat under a tree, looking at the stars. He softly sang, "I still wonder, wonder, beautiful story. I still wonder, wonder, best part. I still wonder, wonder, next story. I want to make you mine." A song written by him. A song only his piano knew. Then suddenly, "You have talent, Mr. Kim." Taehyung flinched and turned. "Captain Jeon?" Jungkook sat beside him, leaving a little space. They smiled awkwardly and talked about sleep or the lack of it. Both had insomnia. Then Jungkook asked, "Did you get hurt?" Taehyung froze. Inside he screamed. He cares, he really cares. But outside he stayed calm. "I'm okay." After a while they stood up. "Go get some sleep," Jungkook said softly. Taehyung nodded and went back. That night he opened his diary and wrote, "Captain Jeon complimented my song and asked if I was hurt." Taehyung smiled before sleeping. It was military break. Taehyung went home. In the garden, his mother stood. He hugged her from behind. She smiled. "Your siblings are coming home." Taehyung froze. "Siblings? I'm not an only child." Then horses arrived, servants rushed, and suddenly, "Jenny!" She ran and hugged him. "Yoongi!" saluted his father, but his father barely looked. His mother hugged Yoongi instead. Something felt off. Jenny smiled, but Yoongi didn't. Later, Taehyung went into camp and barged into Jungkook's office. Wrong move. Jungkook looked annoyed, busy with work. Still, Taehyung sat down acting cute. Jungkook rubbed his temples. Taehyung wrote on paper, "Hi," and showed it proudly. Jungkook said, "Not now. I'm not your babysitter." Taehyung pouted and left. He waited outside, then a scream. A man fell from a building. Everyone gathered, including Taehyung. Then Captain Jeon arrived with detectives. He ordered everyone to step back, but Taehyung stayed beside him. Jungkook observed everything. The victim, R.J. Walker, a handkerchief in his hand, R.J. and Jin. The detectives suspected Dongjin, but Jungkook stayed calm. Dongjin didn't do it. The soldiers all agreed. The detectives looked humiliated. That night, Taehyung wrote again, "Captain Jeon looked so handsome today solving cases. Should be illegal." The next day, Jungkook was outside alone in the field with his notebook. Taehyung remembered he was writing in it yesterday too. Curious, he peeked from behind and froze. It was a drawing of a gun. Taehyung blinked. "What is this notebook? Let me see," he asked. Jungkook first flinched and then hesitated, then tried to leave. But Taehyung blocked him, arms wide, not letting him pass. "No, show me first," Jungkook sighed and walked the other way. So Taehyung followed, talking and talking, still no answer. Then Taehyung showed his boxy smile, the deadly one. Jungkook looked and still said no. Taehyung gasped. Then suddenly, "Taehyung!" Bogum arrived. "Come with me." Taehyung smiled and ran to him. Jungkook watched and felt something strange in his chest. Jealousy? No. He ignored it and walked away. Meanwhile, in the field, Bogum taught Taehyung how to ride. This time, Taehyung wasn't scared. He laughed and learned fast. Soon, he was riding on his own. The next day, Taehyung smiled. "Hi," but Jungkook walked past him. Again, Taehyung followed quickly. "Why are you ignoring me? Why won't you talk to me?" Jungkook stayed silent. Up the stairs, step after step, Taehyung kept following. Then Jungkook stopped. He turned and snapped. "Why do you keep following me?" Taehyung froze. "I thought we were friends." Jungkook's face hardened. "No, I am your captain. You are my subordinate. We are not friends." His voice rose, louder, sharper. Taehyung trembled. He was scared. The one person who made him feel safe was now hurting him. His eyes filled with tears. His lips shook and softly, "Yes, Captain." He saluted and ran to the tree where he always hid, and there he broke. He cried and cried alone. Weeks passed. The pain stayed. Taehyung trained every day with the soldiers with the others. He smiled less, talked less, and laughed less. But from afar, Jungkook watched every move, every step, every breath, silently. His eyes always found Taehyung, even if his heart hurt too. That day, Jungkook prepared for a mission, another city, another danger with his men. Then, water break. Taehyung looked around. My bag? He frowned. He remembered it was in his room. So he ran back. The camp was quiet, too quiet. He opened the door and suddenly, a hard hit to his head. Taehyung gasped. The world spun and everything went dark. He fell unconscious on the floor.